G'day, how's it going? Welcome to, is this episode 6, Kenny? Episode 6, BBQ 101, proudly brought to you by Grab Life by the Balls, This and That Media, that's Kenny and the cameraman stuff, and then we've got our good mate Luke. How are you, mate? Welcome, thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Luke
no worries.
is the meat and barbecue expert from Bovine Technicians and our mates down at Cotton Tree Meats. He's got a couple of hats there. Knows a thing or two about barbecuing, so we thought no better, we're trying to get a grasp around what happens around the barbie and the mateship stuff that we were talking about earlier, and oh, there we go, we've got the phone call. I didn't even have to plan that one.
How's that?
Oh, I could have answered it, we've done it before.
We'll see, make sure it might want to be the wife, actually. Oh, no.
No, it's all right.
It's all good.
No,
it's
you're
not.
right. Okay. So, we've obviously, here's some stuff we've prepared earlier. Luke's got some awesome stuff there from Cotton Tree Meats, and we're gonna play around with, basically, what was your idea? What are we doing today?
I guess it's just about, respecting the man that holds the tongs at the barbecue. Obviously, any time a barbecue is lit, or you smell barbecue, the first thing you think of is mates. You know what I mean? Gatherings, getting people around. Cooking up a feast for everyone. And obviously, there's always one man that has the tongs in hand. So I always think it's very important that you respect the man that holds the tongs.
Well, what if you put them down? So that's one thing we didn't talk about. What if you place them like you've got to, zip off to the loo, you've got to go wash your hands or something?
Yep.
Wash your hands after you go to the loo too, is preferably.
Well, that is
and
part
you
of
left
food
the tongs
safety.
there. It's like, if you've got to be careful that someone, do you grab the tongs and try and help out? Like, what's the etiquette there?
Well, I think that there should be always one man in charge of the barbecue, and if he has to step away, which he shouldn't have to, I think he should always have refreshments, and and if he needs oil or paper towel, like there should always be someone around that is there to support him. But if he does have to go to the bathroom, which we don't recommend doing at the actual barbecue, that the people should respect the fact that he knows what he's doing. At no point should they come through and pick the tongs up, and start flipping and playing around.
So we're running through, like, this is a little bit out of the ordinary. We've got a barbecue master here, so he's pretty comfortable. It's almost automatic. He's a master. It just happens seamlessly when we've got Luke here. But like, you've always got those mates that you're a little bit worried about, like personal hygiene. A few things like how clean their barbecue is if it's at home. Sometimes we'll just talk. You've got to basically just suck it up. Hey, you just got to go with it and just trust the man with the tongs. Yeah,
I definitely think so. If a mate of yours invites you around for a barbecue, I think the last thing you want to do is walk in and be like, oh mate, do you think those steak needs to be flipped? Or mate, maybe you should clean your barbecue a little bit more. Or, I think those steaks are ready, or I think those sausages are ready. But I think no matter what happens, if he's invited you for a barbecue, you're there to eat his barbecue food and the way that he likes to prepare it. So if it is a little bit burnt, just add a little bit more butter to the bread. You know what I mean? If it's not quite, a bit more sauce, a bit more bread.
You turn around and just cut that bit off before you have your...
However, whatever you do, just don't offend the man cooking the barbecue. Because I think it's...
how can we... So rather than obviously talking about what's going on here, what's some good things to assist with around the barbecue?
I think
man with the tongs.
Hydration is always key, whether it's an ice cold beer or a glass of water. The other thing is obviously making sure that I guess he's got paper towel, salt, pepper. When you're cooking on these little beauty barbecues down the park, always just pressing the little button at the front.
On the side. Kenny, you're right there. There's the button still on there, Kenny. You got that one? Is the button still on?
Just give him the button a little press under the bench, you know what I mean? Because I think nothing worse than getting through and you're deep into a conversation and you look over and you realise the barbecue's turned itself off.
And then if your mate isn't as, like, you're obviously, like we said, the master. So if your mate's not quite, at a great level, it's probably the indirect questioning. Like, do you need some oil? Do we need to go and get some salt, pepper? Do you have enough water?
I think you could softly drop some hints, you know what I mean? Maybe be like, oh mate, do you want me to go get the salt for you? There's just like a little hint of... But I guess just keep it in mind.
But making sure it's not technically directly around this area.
At no stage is there to grab the tongs. And I think there's probably some big no-nos, and one would be grabbing the tongs. One would be taking a sip of his beer.
Ooh,
I think that's a no-no everywhere. I think the other one would be the... conventional, I think they're ready to flip, or they look done. But it could be as simple as these steaks saying, oh gee, I love steak medium rare, in a general conversation, and that might just give your mate the hint that, hey, those steaks have been on there for an extra 20 minutes.
Do you need a tray for those? That's always a good one. Do you want me
Yeah,
to get a
do you want me to go get the tray?
Yeah,
You know,
it's the indirect questioning there.
Indirect questioning
Leave it
just to-
unsaid.
just to drop the hint, you know what I mean? Or, gee, well, they've got some really nice colour on them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, nice.
Gee, well, they've
Yeah.
coloured up nicely, and then that'll make him think, oh, maybe they're done if they've got good colour.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You know, or maybe just a casual, gee, I'm getting hungry.
yeah.
You know, I think,
That's good.
yeah, I just think the barbecue is mateship. You know, that's what I love about cooking barbecue. Whether it's at the park, you know, you invite mates around. I think it's all about getting people together. And you know, you see parties like you see it all the time. You go to the park and someone starts cooking the barbecue. The male will be there. All the wives and kids will be sitting over the corner.
Absolutely.
And one by one, every male grabs his beer,
Yep.
walks over, puts it down, you know, and start chatting and. You know, and I think that's what.
Well, imagine a million people around Australia doing that on Father's Day this
mate,
year.
I
That'd be
can't
pretty
wait.
good, wouldn't it?
I can't
yeah,
wait.
That's it.
So-
I think you've nailed that there.
Yeah.
So some key. Anything else do you think we need to touch on today? Because I think we're going to have Luke back like semi-regularly, probably at least monthly. Hey, so
Yeah, I
he's
think-
already got some ideas for the next few episodes. So keep an eye out for them. But anything else you want to touch on today around the man helping out the man on the barbie, the man with the tongs?
Yeah, oh mate, I just think it comes back to obviously just giving them confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everyone in their own mind thinks they cook amazing barbecue, and barbecue is something that, you know, as a man or a female that we love to do, and we're quite passionate about it. So if you go to a mate's house and he doesn't quite nail it the way you would at home, you know, just deal
I
with
think
it.
that's a great
Just deal with
message,
it.
just with grab life by the balls in general. You
Yeah,
know,
100%.
Keep it positive. Keep
Keep
it
it
going.
positive,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And if something's not up to the way you'd have it,
Yeah.
or you know, your mate might buy meat from somewhere that, you know, you don't normally buy meat from, or it's, you know, without dropping brands.
Country meats, did you say? Hey Doug, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I think just respect the man's barbecue, respect the food,
Yeah.
and yeah, just help him out.
Yeah, keep an eye on the button.
Keep an eye on the
Make
button.
sure they're hydrated.
Yeah.
Indirect questions, salt and pepper. Make sure you got paper towel to clean
That's
up.
it.
All those sorts of things.
And then when you're eating it, don't
Yeah.
complain.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I
give them
think
a
that's-
compliment, tell them how nice it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'll only build your confidence, because the more you cook barbecue, the better you get at it.
Yeah. Awesome.
You know what I mean? So we want to encourage people to, you know, pick up the tongs as much as we can.
Anything
and,
else
go
there,
from there.
Kenny? Awesome, mate. Well, thanks
Beautiful,
so
buddy.
much, Luke. Luke from Cotton Tree Meats. Oh, they've got the man hug in
Oh,
here.
man,
He's
I've
been
been watching.
the videos. He's been
I've
watching
been
the videos.
watching.
So, Bovine technicians and Cotton Tree Meats. Cotton Tree Meats help us out with the bacon on our Friday morning barbecues on the Sunshine Coast. So, thanks for your support there, mate. It's fantastic. Thanks for coming on today. Luke is a barbecue master. He has barbecue courses and all sorts of things. We'll leave the links to follow these guys and to find out more with them would be great. But he's definitely going to come back on and talk about, you know, how to cook on a public barbecue and
Yeah.
how to get a gourmet meal on a barbecue. Mate, I'm sure we could do plenty of things. So I'm
Mate,
sure
it's
just
endless.
watch this space. Absolutely. So thanks
Very
for
good.
coming on, mate.
No
Great
worries,
to have
mate.
you on.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thanks,
Thanks,
Kenny.
guys.